Hey everyone, welcome back. So I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you had a great Friday. Obviously, it was a great Friday for crypto, and we're having kind of great start to Saturday as well for Bitcoin. And obviously the miners aren't trading right now, but we'll take a look at how Bitcoin compared to the miners this week. See who outperformed Bitcoin as far as price appreciation for this week. We'll also take a look at a story that I think is something that you shouldn't pay attention to. I think there's obviously there's a different point of view on it, and I'll give you that as well. But we'll take a look at the miners Bitcoin and look at the article, and then we'll be done. So as always, not financial advice, for entertainment only. Do your own research. Don't fall for scams or spam posts get reported and deleted. And then down below is a list of companies and coins that I am invested in, so you guys have full transparency. And let's take a look at Bitcoin here. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing in Bitcoin right now, on the 1 hour chart at least. On the 1 hour chart, if we look at it, let's see if I can close this, move this over a little bit. So Bitcoin's at 37,950 right now. We did peak a little bit around 38,200 or so. But the thing that I like here is looking at the RSI. Currently the RSI is about 57 on the 1 hour chart. And previous, you could see a couple times it was below, right along here. But the thing that caught my eye was back here. This was basically, 12 or so hours ago. The RSI was at the same level, but the price was way down here. We were at 37,532, and now we are at 37,944, somewhere around there, roughly. So we're seeing the RSI stay the same, but price has increased. So that is a good sign for me, at least right now. We'll see how this obviously plays out, but right now this is definitely a good sign for Bitcoin, I think, going forward into this weekend. We'll see how this all plays out. As long as the RSI can stay level or slowly increase and the price goes up even better, all the better going forward. If we take a look at Ethereum right now is at 2,601. So it is also going up nicely here. And we can see on this chart, the RSI was 62.85 last time. Prior to that, we were around here, which would have been right around here. So we can still see that uptick in price while the RSI is level. So that is always a great sign as well. That's a bullish indicator to me that the price is going up while the RSI is basically staying flat. So that's a good sign right there. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin network right now, see where it's at. And the Bitcoin network is, let me reload this really quick. It has come down on the average, on the 7-day average. It is at 183 million terahashes right now. But if we look at the raw values, we can see that we're kind of trading between these lines here, between 173 and like 198 almost. So I think it's going to continue going up. Obviously, we know the miners are getting more miners installed, so that's going to drive the hash rate to increase as well. All right, so let's take a look at the miners here that I have for the week on each one. So Bitcoin was up, basically, let me do this. There we go. Okay, so Bitcoin was up $1,327 on the week, basically 3.64%. Argo was down actually 4 cents, down 3.79% on the week. Bitfarms was down 23 cents, 6.42%. And Cleanspark was down 34 cents, 5.31%. Digihost was actually up 47 cents, 15.26% up. DMG was down 9 cents, 17.2% down. And then Hive was up 5 cents on the week, 2.75%. Hut 8 was down 15 cents to up 2.79%, sorry. Iris was up $1.42, up 14.82% on the week. Marathon was down 0.09 cents, down 0.41%. And Mawson was up 39%, up 9.2%. And then Riot was down 30 cents, down 1.97%. So we can see that the guys in green obviously did better than Bitcoin, or at least were positive. Bitcoin was up obviously 3%, so most of these guys, except for Hive and Hut 8, were up much higher. Digihost obviously did the best, up 15.26%, followed by Iris, up 14.82%. So at least we're getting a little bit of green in the market here for the week at least. So it looks like maybe things are turning around. We just don't know. It's too early to tell. We'll see how the following week, and the week after that, and the week after that goes. If we get the 4 weeks in green, we might be in pretty good shape, and we'll see where obviously Bitcoin's going right now. If we look at Bitcoin again here really quick, our next support line, let me go to the daily chart and see if we can get some support lines here. Daily chart, here we go. So our support right now is at 37,500. Our next resistance is at right around the 4,000 mark, 4,700. I have it marked here, which seems like that might be the next part in play. But if we look at the averages, daily averages, the 20-day, 50 and 100-day or 200-day averages, we can see that we may have a little bit of a resistance here around the 20-day average, which is around 39,735. So right around the 40,000 mark, we may have a little bit of a not support but resistance on this happening. If it can go above that, then we'll obviously have resistance here at the 40,700 mark. But as long as we stay above this line, we should be okay going forward. If we fall below it, then obviously our next support line would be around the 32,800 line or something like that. So something to be mindful of. So going back to here, institutional things haven't changed much. We had some updates, but it didn't change percentage-wise, which I'm not sure why. But I'll take a look into that, why Webull isn't updating that. We've seen obviously some reports come in for end of December of institutional changes and buys and sells and things like that, but that data hasn't been updated yet, so we'll see what happens with that. And then obviously, so if we look at the 1 week chart on the percentage base, we can see if we go descending, we can see obviously Digihost did the best, Hive was down the bottom here, and then obviously the worst performer was DMG, and we can see it here on the 1 week chart. So we can see obviously the difference in the mining stocks and how they did for the week. So I'm hoping that these guys that did pretty badly this week, I mean, especially DMG and Bitfarms, I'm hoping that they do really well going into this week, especially with Bitcoin being above support of 37,500 right now. We'll see how it ends, but I'm hoping that they will obviously pick back up a little bit. And then if we look at the 4 week chart here, see who did the best or worst, I guess, I don't know, sort descending. So we can see that on the 4 week chart, and we'll look at the chart here. We can see that Riot obviously has done the worst on the 4 week chart, followed by Cleanspark, DMG, Marathon, Bitfarms, Hive, Argo, Hot 8, Mawson, and then we got Bitcoin at 9%. So, I mean, Bitcoin's down 9%, and these guys are basically, this one is triple that what Bitcoin has done. So kind of rough for them, right? So I've always said that Bitcoin goes down 1%, these guys will go down 1.52%. And the same is in reverse. So if Bitcoin goes up 1%, these guys will go up 1.5% to 2%. So something to be mindful of, obviously. On the 8 week chart, if we look at it, doing descending here, we can see that Cleanspark is down 54% down. Marathon is down almost 47%. Riot is down 44.5%. Bitfarms is down 42%, while we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is only down 20%, right? So there's that 1.52x difference always between most of these miners here. Mawson is the pretty one that's closest to it, and Digihost actually has been doing better on the 8 week chart. And on the 12 week chart, which is a pretty long time, 3 months basically, if we look at descending, on the 12 week chart, we can see that Bitcoin is down 41%, but everybody else is down almost 1.5 for the most part. If we look at it here, 1.5, 1.6% more, or 1.5x more than Bitcoin is down, except for Argo. Argo is the closest one to it, it's down 50%, while Cleanspark is down 71%, Marathon is down 71%, Riot 63, Mawson 64, Hot 63. So it's been a tough 12 weeks, 8 weeks, 4 weeks for the miners and for Bitcoin. But we've obviously seen a huge correction. Bitcoin has obviously gone down 41% in the last 12 weeks. And on the weekly chart, 8 weeks is only down 20%. So this was probably our peak right around here in the 12 weeks ago. And we're down 41%. And then we can look at the chart here. From our peak to our bottom now, we basically, let's see, what did we do? Let's see, from our peak all the way down to our bottom here, that we reached right around there. We were down 51% in 75 days. This could be a correction where now we're possibly done with the correction and we're starting to head back up, but time will only tell. It's too early to tell right now. I think the only way we'll be able to tell is after possibly Q1, and we'll see how things play out during February and March. February is typically usually a pretty good month for crypto. So we'll see how this plays out. And then March is a short month. So we'll see how that plays out as well. But I think what's going to really drive it is going to be the reports from the big companies like Apple, Google, Netflix, Tesla. If those guys are showing signs of not meeting estimates or below estimate, or what basically investors or companies that invest in them think they're going to be making, and they make less than that, that's obviously going to be a sign, possibly a sign of a bear market coming in. So we'll have to pay attention to that. Right now, we haven't seen that, so I'm still holding out hope that we are just in a correction, and then we'll continue going back up further. So something to pay attention to. And then, yeah, I think that's it for the miners. I mean, it's good to see that we're in green, obviously. So great job for these stocks here that are in green for the week. We'll see how next week plays out. We also are starting February this coming week, so we should start getting some production reports from the miners for January, which is going to be interesting. I'm also going to update my sheet here that I have here to include how many ever days is in each month, so we'll get more accurate data as far as what they're earning. So that'll be updated, and possibly I should have that done over the weekend. I think it's not that big of a deal. It's just basically figuring out how many days are in each month, and then multiplying the amount that they're making per miner per day times that many days in a month, and then we'll get the data that way. But yeah, great job by the ones that are up. Hopefully the other ones will get a little bit of love this week. We'll see how Bitcoin does, and we'll go from there. So let's take a look at the story here that I saw that caught my eye, and I'm sure it probably will catch some of you guys' eyes as well. It was a story from Cointelegraph. Crypto mining won't survive another round of environmental legislation. So I obviously right away got my little tinfoil hat on, started thinking conspiracies, and does this person have a different point of view? Is he shilling something else or something like that? And it wasn't until towards the end of the article, so I'm not going to get into the article here, but it's basically biased against Bitcoin mining, about the industry with the I'm thinking it's basically having to do with the electricity usage in the industry on it. That a lot of it is coal, which a lot of it isn't coal anymore after the China ban and things like that. It's a fluff piece, it's an opinion piece, but I think it's unfortunate that it should be provided right off the bat that Dominic here, Shiner, has a different agenda, and it should have been, I think, for the benefit of the reader, it should have been front, top, and center here, posted what they posted down here, way at the bottom of the article after you're done reading it all. Dominic Schiller is a co-founder of the IOTA Foundation, a nonprofit foundation based in Berlin. He oversees partnership and overall realization of the project's vision. IOTA is a distributed ledger technology for the Internet of Things and is a cryptocurrency. Additionally, he won the largest blockchain hackathon in Shanghai. For the past 2 years, he has been focused on enabling the machine economy through IOTA. So he obviously has his own agenda here. So he's pushing that, trying to make Bitcoin mining look bad based on his opinions and things like that, which I think this, for full disclosure to the reader, this probably should have been put on the very top of the page here, right after the title here. Declare it, that way people know that, that it is a possible hack job on Bitcoin, possibly. And, the opinion, you see it here in the logo. I think that should have been here, should have been opinion in here as well. So you guys really have to be careful on what you're looking into as far as what you're reading and who you're reading the articles from, because they could have, obviously, the opposing sides of views on things, and it's not always clear right off the bat, basically. So do your due diligence, obviously, as always. Look into the person that wrote the article. Is an opinion? What is it? Also, what are they involved with? So if we look at Dominic here, we can see some of the other articles that he wrote, and we can see the first one here is decentralized identity can bring the analog world into the digital one. So he's obviously for crypto in most part, but he's against proof of work. The promise of smart contract adoption is held back by crypto silos, right? So Bitcoin, Ethereum, other ones, going feeless is the only way to enable blockchain adoption. So his company, IOTA, is one that's doing feeless. So here you go, another opinion piece. Yes, robots will take over our jobs, but that's okay, right? In another opinion, the data economy is a dystopian nightmare, his opinion. So you got to be careful where you're getting your information from and do your due diligence on the writers. And then obviously if we look at IOTA here, IOTA, let's go to the front page here. So they're securing the data, open, feeless data and value transfer protocol. So something's the opposite spectrum of where Bitcoin is. This is something else. So I am not surprised that he is basically fear-mongering on Bitcoin's electrical usage, that it's dirty, it's coal, it's all that. But the research now suggests that Bitcoin has gone cleaner over the last several years. I mean, we have the Bitcoin Mining Council, which is also pretty good at providing data on the members that are mining and what they're mining, how much renewable energy they're using and everything else. We also have the miners getting more efficient, using less energy. And I think that's just going to continue on. We obviously have the Intel chips coming out, the A6. We'll see how those play out, how efficient those are, how much they're hashing. So there's just a lot of good things happening for the Bitcoin miners, and it's improving every year. That, you know, I've been in this since 2017, and every year things just keep getting better. Hash rates increasing, electrical usage is going down. So I just wanted to point this out to you guys to be mindful of hack jobs, basically, when they're providing articles on websites. But I think it should be done in a more forward-facing way, letting the viewer automatically know, hey, this guy's doing this, so this is just an opinion. So it makes it easier for the reader, obviously, to understand what's going on, I think. That's my only gripe there. Other than that, great week for the miners, like I said. We'll see how they play out next week. We'll see how Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin has been doing really well lately. We'll see if the trend can continue or if we're just getting our rug pulled from us going forward, you know. But we'll see how this all shakes up. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Obviously, thank you so much for watching. As always, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button and notification bell. Helps me out tremendously, and that's all I ask from you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. I may do a video on ARK's Invest, what is it they call it, forward-looking 2022 or something like that. Their big ideas in 2022. They do have some topics on Bitcoin in that, so I may do a video on that tomorrow if I got time. Other than that, I'll see you guys on Monday. We'll see how the miners do then. We'll see how the stock market does, and we'll go from there. All right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then,